Okay Ma, so I never managed to shoot any sequences for a montage or a time lapse to start the vlog. So here's a wee cooking montage. And Lexi, get off the worktop. I've just cleaned that. Come on, down. Down. Get down. Get down. Right, that's me finished at BBC. I was in just after 8 o'clock this morning. It's just gone 2:20. I came to the decision last night to call it quits after I finished my radio pack for Irish na Matinee today. That meant not finishing my TV pack for Unlaw. I went home. I was knackered, I was tired, and I was really struggling with the edit, just making mistakes. I think as a freelancer you've got to be aware of mistakes. So when I was crazy busy in November, I took on, I think in hindsight now, too much work. Because when you're freelance, there's this wee fear in the back of your head, this wee kind of thought that niggles away. The famine, I mentioned that before, my famine's coming in January. I've got 2 days work, which is a terrifying prospect just now, to tell you the truth. As a result of doing so, I made a few mistakes doing a subtitle job for a company. A lot more than I think was acceptable. It's not cool, so I've learned from that. I think that's the key to being freelance, is constantly learning. It's a kind of environment where things are changing, you need to learn new skills, and like I said in one of my previous vlogs, you need to have an open mind to learning. I have that open mind, but whether it stays in my head or not is another matter. But yeah, learn. I have an open mind to learning. I'm gonna cough, I'll talk to you in a sec. Okay, I really like being freelance, I love it in fact. There's a couple of cool folk that I'd like to introduce you to. In maybe the new year when I'm not working, and it's a good excuse to go out and see people, because I really like talking to folk, and I think, I'll just check that's alright. I think you'd like to meet these guys. So I mentioned John in yesterday's vlog. John's got a really cool allotment. I think it'd be quite cool just to show you the allotment if he's okay with that. And I was chatting to Derek Livesey today. He's a director, and he's been 33 years in the BBC, and he's got really cool stories about how he got into the media industry. So that might be of interest to you if you're planning a career in the telly or a career change. What was I going to say there? I'm going to come back to you in a sec. So yeah, over the last couple of weeks, I've learned a lot about myself as a freelancer, and that's the main reason why I chose to come in today back to the BBC to work for free instead of finishing off my news pack last night when I was just knackered. I'm not getting paid for today. I don't mind at all, because I wanted to learn the BBC systems. If I had a job today, I would have had to beast through the news pack last night, and I don't know how I'd have felt about that now in hindsight after the mistakes I was making with the subtitles before. I was told a few years ago by a freelancer, another freelancer, I can't remember who it was, but it might come back to me, you're only ever as good as your last job, and that's your business card. In theory you shouldn't need a business card, because if you do your job well, other companies will say, oh, take on Cax, you take on Calum, Macaulay, he can do X, Y, Z, you can do it well. Freelance is great, I love it. I've met so many cool people, I've done so many cool things. The feast was great. In hindsight, I perhaps shouldn't have taken on as much work, especially working during the day and then through to midnight, 1 o'clock in the mornings. It's tough mentally. But yeah, that fear, if anyone's going freelance soon, the fear, don't give in to the fear will drive you on. Look at this tail. So that'll be Storm Barbara coming. Oh yeah, just before I forget, when I was sitting at the BBC last night, Al McLeod was doing like a wee thing on his phone, like a wee walk around, just telling the viewers what the sports news of the day was. I forgot to put this wee section I recorded on my phone with him in the background of me just going on. Anyway, here it is just now.
hart adsen leis chanu vlianel ach dú a bhar go sin san offers call the ring noch well a Calum Caxi come ra cúsin
I'm here to control the sin well
Daniel come ra
Scania
smashing
a multi-camera shoot
cool.
So that's from last night, and Alan tweeted that as well, so I'm going to retweet it. Oh yeah, you can follow me on Twitter, Calum 1L _Macaulay Macaulay. None of your MCEY nonsense. Nice one. While I'm at it, like the video if you like it, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so, and comment. I'm quite keen to start interacting with you, and if you have any suggestions of vlogs or any ideas you'd like me to do, let me know. I've had a few suggestions already, one from Bottlenose Penguin to do a behind the scenes of how I vlog, show you my equipment. That's going to get done in January. Graham McLeod also had another cracker. I'm not going to share it publicly, just in case someone else steals the idea, but it's quite a good one, so I'm going to try and pull that off in January. So thanks Bottlenose Penguin, and thanks Graham for the suggestions. Any suggestions more than welcome. And Johnny Moodit yesterday gave me loads of suggestions, so plenty to do in January to keep the brain working when I'm not working. So last January when I was I'm talking so much. Alright, I'm going to stop talking after the story. Last January all I did was watch box sets pretty much for the whole month when I wasn't working the 4 days. It's not going to happen this January. I'm more motivated than I've ever been before in my life, mainly to provide you with some hopefully interesting YouTube content. I want to expand my channel, and I want to learn so much more about working in the TV industry, so then I can put that into fruition in 5 years time, in 10 years time, or whenever I set up my own company, you know. Still a pipe dream just now, but I've got to learn. Flipping heck, I'm talking so much. If you switched off just now, I don't blame you. I'm going. Hami Falov. Right, last thing, Gaelic for today, just while I'm at it. Hami Falov. Hami Falov. I am going. Hami Falov. Hami Falov. Yeah, Hami Falov. Hami Falov. Right, cheers. When you make a mistake, admit you've made a mistake, recognise why you made the mistake, and then work hard not to replicate that mistake. Does that make sense? Hope it does.